couple of months ago, we met on this site, but we were outside in the pouring rain as cranes were delivering these 2 modules that we are now standing inside of in Mount Vernon, Maine. The cool thing about this project is that it was mostly built in a factory and then finished and customized here on site. And now there is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with a detached 2-car garage on a beautiful sun-filled lot that is ready to move into.
The home that you see behind me is built in an indoor facility, so it's a controlled environment. So it takes out the inclement weather or challenges with the exterior environment. That's a huge advantage to the overall development, build, construction process. Another benefit is just the efficiency and the time component. Prior to the set crew and KBS doing what you see behind me, so we had to do everything from a site work, excavation, earthwork perspective, get our foundation. There's a few different options there for foundation. This happens to be a frost wall, 4-foot frost wall foundation. So we had everything set and ready to go. Then there's 2 entities. So there's the crane company and there's a dedicated set crew that is literally putting together the boxes. So every build typically has at least 2 boxes. Sometimes more. In this case, there's 2 boxes that are being constructed and set together. And that's all going to happen within an 8-hour period.
I think a lot of times people have a connotation of modular about maybe it's not like a traditional stick-built home, but what I'm seeing here is a house I pulled up today while the second box was being set less than an hour ago.
Correct.
And in 2.5, 3 hours so far this morning, this home's been set on this foundation. The roof will be lifted up and people will be out of here today about 75–80% done. Is that right?
Correct, yes. It'll definitely be weather tight and 75–80%. Floor plan really dictates that percentage, but that's a good run-of-the-mill what you would get for a finished product. Whether you're doing stick built or modular, that process is the same. You go through the drawing process, the design end of it, the revisions that we'll have to do for our design office, as well as picking out colors, windows. It's all the same. We use the same products that the stick build guys do, except we build inside a factory. It's a controlled environment. We don't have to worry about rain other than on a day like today. Yep. But as you can see, it's not holding us up.
Right.
So I think it's a win-win.
So it sounds like there isn't just a set of plans and people have to pick 3 or 4 different things and that's all they choose. This is a totally custom-built house in a factory.
Absolutely. The days of us building the cookie cutter stuff, not that we can't build it, but that's long gone.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own idea of what their house wants to be, and we just have to make the revisions in the engineering department to make it work.
Right, so if someone's sitting at home and they're thinking, geez, I can't find a home out there that I like, they could theoretically get in touch with you guys and somebody that's like a developer or a crew that could set a home and get it set up like these guys are, and they could have their home designed by you, built in the factory, and then put on a foundation just like this?
Absolutely.
Whatever they can come up with in their mind's eye?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, there are very little to no limitations to what we can build.
Before this house came here today, how long was this being worked on in the factory?
So from a pile of lumber coming in and a lift of OSB, it probably would take maybe 2 weeks to go through the factory.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
So if I were to call you, let's say December 1st, and I was like, hey Mike, I want this home, and I give you a deposit, you guys do what you need to do on your end from that perspective, then theoretically, if the site guys get everything done within like 6 weeks, that could be delivered to the job site and set on the foundation?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Wow, that's
Yep.
amazing.
Yeah, it's a quick process.
I was thinking you were going to say it was going to take 5 or 6 weeks at least in the factory.
No, it's a couple weeks through the factory. The process from start to finish is much quicker than your conventional build.
So aesthetically on the exterior, at the end of the day today or by morning tomorrow, you will get closer to seeing a finished product on the exterior. In this particular project and model, we've got the second floor to finish and complete. So the second floor is unfinished, and there are studs, but we're responsible for insulation, the final wiring, plumbing, sheetrock, painting, taping, mudding, and trim, and so forth. So the final phases of the second floor need to be complete after today.
What you can see with this home is that this property is not your run-of-the-mill, ranch-style home. There are high ceilings with a lot of natural light, custom bump outs on the walls that give the home a lot of unique character. And this is still a modular home. They did build a second floor to the home to add additional 2 bedrooms and 1 bath, and also give it a 2-story living. You can do that with modular in a factory, but the way that this particular one was designed, it lent itself to doing a little bit more on site than what is normal. So the home took a little bit longer to finish than you might otherwise have on site with a more traditional layout or a 1-level living style home. This home also had a wonderful 2-car garage with 10-foot ceilings built in the factory. The walls and the roof trusses were built in the factory and then delivered here to the site, where this garage was also constructed using off-site construction methods. So not only was the home able to be put together quickly, but the garage was able to be constructed here on site really quickly, and has super high ceilings, so tons of room for storage here. If you wanted a home like this, but in a different location, that could happen in as little as 90 days with a different modular home being constructed for you.